Man, oh man. Let me talk to you niggas real quick. So shout outs to the followers. You might have noticed that my last live got, or my second to last live, I should say, because I went live yesterday. My last live, which was about DJ Academics and his whole situation, got removed by YouTube. So, to be honest, I'm expecting the same with this. I know that the situation that we're going to talk about just in general is kind of controversial, I guess you could say, especially since I'm someone who keeps score. I'm about to point out a bunch of things that are going to be controversial. And so as you can tell by the title of this live, the subject today deals with something that happened yesterday, and it is tied to hip hop. So of course we got to talk about it. But yesterday happened to be the day of J Dilla. Yesterday, February 7th, is Dilla Day. Dilla Day isn't R.I.P. J Dilla. Dilla Day isn't the day that J Dilla passed away. Dilla Day is J Dilla's birthday, which is February 7th. So yesterday on February 7th, there's been a lot going on, but as you can see right here, I wanted to highlight that there is an event going on today, the day after Dilla Day. This is at the Beehive in Los Angeles. So let's pull this up. Yeah, so Dilla Day, LA. Meet J Dilla's mom, Ma Dukes. Shout out to Ma Dukes. And record vendors, donut pop-up, and more. So they're going to be selling donuts there. And the reason for that is because, for those who know, J Dilla is one of the essential ingredients to Slum Village. If you see my most recent short, it was an instrumental from an album by one of Slum Village's members. So on Dilla Day, they got Slum Village performing. They got Frank and Dank. Frank, I always fuck that up. Frank and Dank, Guilty Simpson, Fat Cat, Wild Child, Shortcut. They're like, these are all people that he's worked with. J-Rock, and this is also an Eaton Fire benefit show. So shout outs to that. That's something that's going on today. This is the address for it right here, and this is how much it is, but it's worth it. They sell exclusive vinyls at these events. You'll meet people who know J Dilla, have stories about him, stuff like that. Like it's real good to be involved with that. And meanwhile, I also wanted to point out too, there's another event that's happening at the end of this month. All right, this ain't even fun, bruh. So Madlib has an event too, and it's crazy as fuck how I can't find that shit right now. Like, I know exactly what it's called, but this is the problem with the internet. There's so much bullshit on it that it fucking covers the things that you're trying to look for. Important shit. Important. It's like something that's all over Instagram. Fuck it. Let me pull up Instagram real quick. But just as a reminder, like, this is just an example of how stupid everything in the fucking world is. So I'm gonna drag this over, and as we can see, this thing right here, it says Mad Love. That's exactly what I was typing into Google, but it's not even fucking there. It's not on Google, and that's the issue. Like, this is something that's going on February 19th, as it says right here. It's all over Instagram, but it's crazy as fuck that when you type in the name of this event, you can't find it on Google. That shit is about to basically fuck up this whole event. That's gonna make it so that no one knows about this fucking event. This is an event where they're trying to raise money for Madlib, who lost his house during the fucking fires, and they're throwing an event to help raise money, and you can't find the flyer on Google. So I just wanted to point that out. But back to Dilla Day. So yesterday was Dilla Day, which is Jay Dilla's birthday. There we go. Plain as Google. So yesterday was Dilla Day, which is a day that everyone remembers Jay Dilla. Usually there's always, every year there's always an event surrounding his birthday. It's usually never on his birthday, but like it'll probably be 2 days before or the day after the day before or the day after his birthday. So yesterday being his birthday, it was considered Dilla Day, and today is the day that they're throwing the event, the big LA Dilla event. So that's the reason why I wanted to show that flyer. I also wanted to make sure that I show the flyer for Madlib, because he, like I said, he lost his house in the fire, and both of them are the originators of the album Champion Sound. Madlib is the reason why Dilla moved. One of the reasons why Dilla moved out here. There's a lot of music history in his touch. Like, he's the one who made people get back on the MPC. I personally feel like he's one of the reasons why drum machines are selling as much as they do right now. And I also believe that he is one of the originators of the current producer culture, even though it took off after he left us and he didn't really get to see it. I mean, he kind of did see producer culture before he left us, but producer culture is like, it's actually a term now. Like, things are different now in that aspect. So if you've been in my page, I have a short, which is my favorite Jay Dilla song, my favorite Jay Dilla beat. And this is a song that features Guilty Simpson, which is the guy who's shown on that flyer, one of the guys that he's worked with. Guilty Simpson is a Detroit native. Has hilarious punchlines, OG status in the game, like fantastic artist. And it's dope that Jay Dilla is the one that brought him into the game. So one of my favorite songs by Guilty Simpson is a song called Cali Hills. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. It's a track that pays homage, but also tells the story of events that took place up until Dilla passed, and the instrumental was produced by Madlib. It's a really heartbreaking song. It's one of the best songs I've ever heard penned to a paper, period. So I just wanted to take some time to highlight that. Like, even this sample right here, like, no one knows what it is. Like, this is the reason why I always say, like, people really need to go out there and dig for crazy samples, because, like, a lot of people can't keep up with the competition. And our subject today is one of those people who can't keep up with the competition. Today we're talking about Kanye. Oh, Kanye. So, for those that know Kanye West, as he used to be known, an artist from Chicago, came into the game working with people like Talib Kweli, Common. Common is someone who last year dropped an album with the legendary producer Pete Rock, who also has worked with Jay Dilla in the past. Pete Rock and Common made a classic album. It's probably the second or third album I reviewed last year, so go check that out if you haven't already. And I can't remember if I said it in the review, but I kind of feel like Pete Rock is taking up the slack for things that Kanye should be doing right now. Kanye is someone who's a Chicago native. Chicago during the 90s was the murder capital of America. So Chicago is a region that needs a lot of guidance, especially from its hip hop artists who've made it into the industry. But today, we are going to look at the foreshadowing, the foreshadowing of what was to come. No pun intended, pause. But this is literally foreshadowing what is to happen. The reason I'm showing Amber Rose before I even get into this long rant and blog, vlog, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is because look at her forehead, bruh. Shout outs to her for being a great parent and loving her kids as much as she does. But let's be real for a second. You've been tossed around this industry like a fucking yo-yo, straight up. Like, god damn. And now you're over here basically saluting all your dead slave descendants who are thrown into the fucking ocean with what is that, Make America Break Again hat. I mean, like I said in my last music video reaction, we're down we're down a US plane, a military helicopter, and a small plane so far, all within a week. I don't know how much the military helicopter costed, but that one that was in that mission of Call of Duty I did yesterday on my Twitch, that looked like a really expensive fucking $1 billion helicopter. Yeah, canceling DEI, we're all gonna see how that plays into the future, but I'm gonna be quiet on that for now. But the LA Times, so we're going from Chicago to LA, and we're gonna go back in time also. We're gonna do a lot of this. So yesterday on J Dilla Day, which is the reason why I had to point out everything that's going on right now before I get into this bullshit, as you can see by her confused ass robot face, she don't know what the fuck is going on. He thinks he knows what's going on, but he's really just tapping into a different dimension of himself. He's tapping into the doppelganger that's stuck in a completely different dimension than what we're living in, and I'm gonna point that out in a sec. So Kanye West goes on another anti-Semitic rant. Let's highlight the word another because this isn't the first time. Defends Diddy. Diddy, that sounds so familiar. I think that's the guy from Monsters Ball who was behind bars for the whole movie. And damn, he really showed us who the fuck he was and get him to the Greek, and none of us caught on. None of us caught on. But yeah, even that Monsters Ball, like, why was he in Monsters Ball? Why is it that all the people who are fucking absolutely out their mind are put out there with like the most opportunities and shit? Meanwhile, everyone's telling everyone else who has talent, oh, be positive, bro. Yeah, you just gotta keep going. And then 40 years later, where the fuck are they when you're still in the same spot, even though you've been grinding for those 40 fucking years and you're just old as fuck now with no energy left to do anything? Where are those people at that moment? So right now, we are literally watching this guy go on another anti-Semitic rant, defending Diddy, declares dominion. I don't even know what the fuck that means over wife. Bruh, she, like, of course, look at her face. Who the fuck is she? She don't even know who the fuck she is. Like, she looks and resembles a lot like his previous wife. I just can't remember her name at this moment. But she just doesn't at all match the looks that his previous wife had. So what are we doing here? Ye, formerly known, Kanye West, went off on an overnight rant about his dominion over wife. Who gives a fuck about her name? He's going to switch his wife in about 2 years anyways. Even before he married this woman within probably a drive-through wedding He was with some random white girl. And where is that random white girl right now? Someone please find her. TMZ, if you're hearing this, please find her. Where the fuck is she at now? Because I'm real curious. I don't see her in any movies. I don't see her on no fucking runways. I don't see her anywhere. Did she get trafficked? I don't know. I'm wondering, because it looks to me like that's what the fuck he's doing with her, parading her fucking all right at best naked body out to the whole world. This is the dude who told us Instagram got your bitch. Instagram got your bitch. Pete Davidson got my bitch, but I ain't gonna say shit about that. Instead, I'm just gonna buy a house next door because the whole fucking world is gonna keep giving me money no matter what the fuck I do. And like I said, another anti-Semitic rant. This ain't the first. This is another. This is a nigga that Adidas had like a fucking multi-billion-dollar deal with. They gave him a fucking stadium in this country to perform his album at. This nigga is Donald Trump's best friend. He's literally trying to outdo Elon Musk. I wouldn't be surprised if next week he's telling the world, oh, I give my heart out to all of you. Bruh, are you out your fucking... And this is a genius doing that, but a genius doing that, by the way. Oh, I give my heart out to you. What the fuck does that mean, nigga? Like, even if you just say the shit by itself, like I just did, you don't have to put your hand to your chest. You're not an animated person, bro. You're a fucking robot who makes cars that don't even fucking properly have a self-driving module built into it. Like you told people it does and you sold a bunch of them, but when realistically this car can't maneuver through every single street in LA without fucking itself up. Geographically, the way LA is, I don't know about maybe the flat lands that you came from. And you didn't come from Africa, bro. Your family is not from South Africa. For those who are slow, I'm not talking about Kanye. I'm talking about Mr. Tesla builder. But it seems like they're in a competition to see who could outdo who and be the most talked about person on media. And to him, I guess that's an accomplishment since he didn't get any fucking Grammys. I mean, you got kicked off of the red carpet, but you're doing business with Bloods. So how the fuck does that look? We're going to get to that later too, by the way. So what a difference paying attention to Kanye West makes, or perhaps it makes no difference at all. The rapper, now known as Ye, cluttered up social media with a disgusting overnight rant that in part called for the release of jailed music mogul Sean Diddy Combs and declared his dominion over wife Bianca's. So this is someone who I guess missed the tape of of Diddy beating the shit out of a woman in the top floor of some Beverly Hills hotel that never ever disclosed the fucking footage. I don't know. I could have sworn Kanye had a daughter. Didn't he have a daughter that he named after the state that he came from? I could have sworn he did. Maybe he completely forgot when he married this random fucking robot. Because a real man is going to see videos like that, a Diddy doing the get him to the Greek maneuver on his then girlfriend who probably shouldn't have been with him in the first place. A real man is going to look at that shit and be like, nah, we're not talking about that nigga no more. He don't exist. That's it. He's behind bars just like he was in Monsters Ball, which is a foreshadowing of what the future was going to tell us. Just like when I showed a picture of Amber Rose a second ago. Let's see if she's still there. Yep, she's still there. The entrepreneur, provocateur, unfortunately typical anti-Semitic, racist, profane, hostile, nonsensical, and absurd tweets delivered primarily in all caps. That's the crazy part. The audacity to turn your caps button on and type a whole shit in the Twitter on top of that. Damn, Twitter is so popular due to our current president. Peppered his ex feed by the dozens from about 6 p.m. Thursday to 7 a.m. Friday. So this is the largest news publication in Los Angeles typing this, by the way. So, I mean, he could have really just gotten the same amount of article written if he had done music and won a Grammy. But this right here, this is a lot easier than actually rapping. And this is how he fools everyone every year when he's about to drop an album. He'll go to the radio stations, he'll do an interview. That's how he got that whole, oh, you don't have to answer sway bullshit. Because he's tricking everybody out of actually rapping live. I don't know, perfecting his skills. I don't know, being an MC. I don't know, even could have bring your drum pad to the place and played some beats if you don't want to rap. There's so many things you can do as a genius to display your talent to the people within this culture, that you are someone who doesn't have a whole bunch of writers in the studio, coincidentally, in every single fucking video of you in the studio. So let's go back to the article. And by the way, like I said, as you can tell by the top of it, this is the largest news publication in Los Angeles typing this. Where did I leave off? Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, continues to purposefully use his platform to spew anti-Jewish hatred. While some may dismiss his hateful rants, we cannot overlook the dangerous influence they can have on his millions of followers, particularly on social media, where a significant portion of today's anti-Semitism thrives. The American Jewish Community, a global advocacy group, said in a statement Friday to the Times, "We know this game all too well. Let's call Kanye West's hate-filled public rant for what it really is, a sad attempt for attention that uses Jews as a scapegoat." Jonathan Greenblatt, chief executive of the Anti-Defamation League, said Friday on X, but unfortunately it does not get attention because Kanye has a far-reaching platform on which to spread his anti-Semitism and hate. Words matter, and as we've seen too many times before, hateful rhetoric can prompt real-world consequences. The rapper has been in the news all week after parading, I'm not going to say her name, around virtually naked on the 2025 Grammys red carpet Sunday, and days later revealing that what was diagnosed years ago as his bipolar disorder is, he says, actually autism. Are you out your fucking mind? Are you out your fucking mind? Like I said, he could have done music and maybe went to the Grammys and won a Grammy. He could have. He could have. But this is a lot easier. I mean, if you're trafficking your girls, I mean, all you gotta do is just parade them around the way you did at that fucking Grammy award. I'm not gonna call him a rapper. The blank has been in the news all week. Oh yeah, I just read that part. Hate left unchecked only multiplies. The AGC continued at a time when anti-Semitism is skyrocketing to terrifying levels worldwide. And that worldwide right there, that's referring to another situation that's going on in the world that has been going on since October 7th last year, the day before my birthday. Like it's crazy. Like it's crazy because they're absolutely right. They're absolutely right. I live in LA. I have a lot of friends who are Jewish, but one of my childhood best friends is Jewish. And I look at him like a brother, and that's the reason why, like, this shit don't slide with me, period. I don't like any hatred towards any specific group, but like this timing of him specifically doing this is crazy to me because of, like they said, worldwide. There's other stuff going on that's really hateful and destroying towards the communities of Jewish people going on around the world. And it's tragic because I come from a city that has what we call the Museum of Tolerance, a place that is recommended to anybody who fucking comes to the city. I don't give a fuck if you're an adult. I mean, of course, kids are gonna most likely get taken there on a field trip if the school programs aren't cut this year. But any adult who comes out to LA, who plans on living out here and being a part of the culture and the glamorous and all that bullshit, go to the Museum of Tolerance, because I've met a lot of fucking people who obviously did not go there. Back to the article. So, Ye is actively endangering Jews. We urge others with a platform like Ye's, particularly in the entertainment industry, to call out his blatant hatred. So I have less than 200 followers, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just letting you know I'm doing my part. Because we in hip hop, we don't stand for this bullshit. Free Puff, Ye wrote, holy shit. And we're not talking about Cheetos Puffs. He's talking about Free Puffy Combs, the guy who wore shades for 30 years straight, like a fucking Blade villain. And none of us knew that he was really living that life. God damn, this motherfucker here. Like, before they do the P. Diddy action movie in about 20 years, I just want to let you know, I don't slide with none of this baby oil shit. I mean, I slide in with baby oil, but I'm not slide with none of his fucking baby oil activities. Ye wrote in one tweet calling for the release of disgraced music mogul Combs. Combs is being held without bail, awaiting trial on charges of sex trafficking and conspiracy. Sex trafficking, what the fuck is that? That kind of looks like how Kanye stood next to his wife as she's getting naked for his whole fucking world of dark, twisted fantasy. And niggas try to tell me that this nigga was a genius. Bruh, if you don't stop it and look at every single fucking album review I did last year, nigga, I'll show you what a genius looks like. Hold up. Let's see. A lot of people try to tell me that this nigga here is a genius. That's a picture of Jay-Z on stage during most likely a Watch the Throne performance. Disgusted as fuck at the fact that this nigga is wearing a skirt on stage with a microphone in his hand as if it's something that's going to be fashionable in the future. This right here is fucking crazy. And shout outs to everybody who ever told me that this nigga was a genius. You see this right here? This is what a genius looks like. And it's always been this way. It's always fucking been this way. But niggas is late. You see this? This right here, this is a classic. A classic. And this was a surprise drop. And this is the first PG Lang fucking album, bruh. So shout outs to Gangland Neem. If you happen to be watching this in the future, I got yours as well, bruh. Happy Super Bowl. Happy fucking Super Bowl. Shout outs to everybody. But that's what a genius looks like. This shit up here, nigga. I feel bad for Jay-Z. Look at his facial expression. This nigga's like, damn, man, I ain't never, ever, ever performing with this nigga ever again after this shit. I can't believe he came out here with this fucking skirt and thought this was fashion. This is somebody who is supposedly a clothes designer, an entrepreneur, whatever the fuck title y'all want to throw on him. But I constantly see him wearing European fashion. Didn't he listen to Freddie Gibbs' last album, You Only Die Once? The album I reviewed last year that everyone hated on, but in it, he talks about how Europeans really fucking treat us and think of us when you go overseas. Nigga, if you don't stop it. Speaking of entrepreneurialism, I wouldn't be talking my shit if I wasn't wearing my own fucking brand as I do this. You see this fly ass shit? You see this? The Art of War? One Up? Yeah. So this right here, as you can tell, is a skateboard. 100% made by me. This wood that made this board is from Canada because they have better trees than us apparently. Or at least they're cheaper. So these are rubber trucks. This is specifically the board I use whenever I want to skateboard and practice tricks indoors. This probably looks familiar because it's the banner that's on the top of my YouTube page and it's a Spotify playlist. So that's a little glimpse of shit I be doing. So just know when I'm popping my shit, there's a reason. But it's also to show you people who keep telling me he's a genius what your attention is actually averted to. Because when niggas is in front of you doing shit, And in this specifically, I'm gonna talk to our community. When niggas is in front of you doing shit, sometimes shit that you can't do, you make up problems in your head to have specifically with the product, the person, how they do their shit. You don't like how they're doing it, or you don't think they're not doing it the same way as you, and you have a problem with that. Lots of times it'll be because of the shade of their skin. And it's something that sounds crazy as fuck within our community, but lots of times, and I'm gonna be the nigga to tell you this in case you ain't noticed, lots of fucking times there's an issue with someone because they're light skinned. Simple as that. They're born that way. And you got an issue with it. That's the reason why I'm so glad that Raina Simone said the line that she said in the song I reacted to, because it's something that a lot of people are not going to pay attention to and say nothing about, but it also ties into the shit that Kanye's doing right now. He's not shitting on light-skinned people. He's shitting on a specific group of people who are born the way they are and have pride in that. They're just like us. Everybody is equal. We all just look different. That's really the only difference. We all breathe the same air. We all bleed the same blood. We all fight the same fight. We just cook different. That's it. But you being a person who comes from a people who have been at the bottom ever since existence are trying to tell us that that was a choice. It's not a choice. And you're going to realize it when our current president does something that in some way fucks you over, but you're trying to get in with that group. And it's obvious that, I mean, why did you run for president, bro? Did you really think people were going to vote for you? I mean, look at this crazy shit. Look at this crazy shit. This is someone who could have made it into fucking office, nigga. People, stop telling me this nigga's a fucking genius. He's not. He's not. This nigga is a fucking kid from Chicago in a fucking crazy person's body. And that whole, he's diagnosed and it's okay if he does this as long as we don't pay too much. Nigga, he's got a whole fleet of fucking confused psychopaths out there believing this shit. Believe in him. They believe in him. You know how many fucking artists he's worked with? Like, do you remember when he did all them EPs back? This nigga produced an EP for Nas, homie. Nas. He produced for Nas. Like, that's there's a billion people out there who have that dream to produce for Nas. This psycho ass nigga Kanye took that shit from us. He took Pusha T away from us for like 12 years. He didn't produce shit for Pusha T. Jesus. Bruh. Like, he didn't produce shit for Pusha T. This nigga had Pusha T on the shelf to go produce for 2 Chainz and Big Sean and all them niggas that was on that fucking that fucking music video where they was in that underground garage and shit. Bruh. This nigga done lost it years ago and I told you, but no one listened. And here we are. Just for clarity, they trying to make an example out of Puff, me, and my brother. Wait, there was supposed to be a period there. Just for clarity, they trying to make an example out of Puff. Me and my brother had our issues, but these white people trying to use Puff to scare black people. I'm neither scared nor brave. This just me. He tweeted mid-rant around the time he posted about producing a t-shirt with Diddy's Sean John logo and splitting the profits 50-50 with the mogul. The shirts appear to be priced at $20 plus $10 shipping. So let me highlight that real quick, because let me explain to you how crazy this shit sounds to an ex-Macy's employee who used to sell Sean John to all the dumb fucks who would step in there thinking that this fashion was going to somehow work when they take it to the... And this is like 2015, 2014, 2013-ish. They really thought that putting these garments that happen to have a fucking crazy man signature on it were going to somehow benefit them in the club later that night. Sean John's been dead for 10 years prior to that. So now, even 10 years after 2014, Kanye, who's supposed to be the genius entrepreneur, mogul, billionaire, whatever the fuck title people throw on him, is now going to take these tired ass Sean John fucking resales from Ross that he bought in a big fucking cardboard box. And he's going to try to offlift them to the same people who he sold them slave garments to 5 years ago. He's also going to sell them to those people who did all them fucking church gatherings for him on them nice little pretty hills, and they played the piano and shit and made it seem like he was really that person. But I mean, lo and behold, so he's trying to sell Diddy Sean John logo and splitting the profits 50-50 with the mogul. The shirts appear to be priced at $20 plus $10 shipping. When I was working at Macy's, when they were still selling Sean John, like I think these were like years prior or years post him selling it to, I don't even know who he sold it to be honest. I don't even know if the people who bought that shit and bought the company were even black. I would have looked that up back then, but it just wasn't important enough. And now that he's behind bars, it's not important enough. Even though I have windows and tabs in front of me that I could just pull it, I'm not gonna do that shit. My support of Puff is completely selfish. I need to find whoever been trying out black moguls, he tweeted later. Ex-users attach community notes calling out falsehoods on tweets about slavery and, less significantly, the status of Ye's Instagram account. A number of posts had their visibility throttled after being reported as possible violations of the platform's rules against hateful conduct. So that right there, possible violations of the platform's rules against hateful conduct. That's the reason why my academics video got taken down. And I didn't say anything bad in it. I was basically replaying clips of what he said. And I'm probably gonna possibly, maybe, hopefully not, get something similar for this. I'm really trying to keep it safe. I'm basically just reading articles that are reporting on it. And here's the thing, like, on the internet, I can pull up the tweets of exactly what he said, but I'm not doing that. I don't even think I can show that on my screen. I can't read none of that stuff back. But even within this, it's carefully written. They're only quoting his tweets about Diddy. But let me tell you, he said some terrible shit. And I'm sure you can go online and look at it for yourself or find out yourself. You might have already heard. But yeah, like things are complicated nowadays. And this is actually me telling other content creators too, like even in the future, like a lot of these things that are happening right now, because a lot of people are doing crazy shit, and the genius who I showed on that album cover is actually pointing out that everybody's crashing out and falling the fuck out right now, and it's good to stay the fuck away from that. But a lot of that stuff is kind of dangerous as far as our channels, our Instagrams, this and that, like all these places in social media where we put this stuff. It's kind of dangerous to that because a lot of these people are crashing the fuck out doing shit. Like even him showing his wife, I'm not supposed to really show her. His previous wife, Kim K, I'm not allowed to show some of the photos I pulled up of her, but it's a mess. I have dominion over my wife. This ain't no woke A feminist S. She's with a billionaire. Why would she listen to any of you dumb A, broke B people? Say the red carpet was her decision. Yes, I don't make her do nothing she doesn't want to do, but she definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without my approval. You stupid A, woke pawns. I have no respect or empathy for anyone living, because no one living can F with me, but I do love some people and give them favor. So he said that no one living can F with him, but I'll tell you something. I'm going to play a song that only took one person to make, and I made this within a day. It didn't take 10 people in the studio. It didn't take any samples. I didn't have to pay I didn't have to pay millions of dollars for a sample clearance. I just went in the studio and banged this out and came back to smoke and drink and go about my day. So closer to dawn, having finally abandoned all caps, he added, anyone who called my wife's Grammy look a stunt is dumb and lame. Yes, she's been dressing naked for 2 years. So this nigga had the audacity to say she been dressing naked for 2 years. And it's crazy because I'm pretty sure that dressing is a verb. I think that it describes someone doing the act of putting clothes on, or maybe dressing a salad, maybe putting dressing onto a salad. But in this case, I believe that dressing is referring to the act of, or the action of, physically putting something on. But if someone's naked, they're not dressed. So what the fuck does that mean? Why are you parading your wife naked, bro? This makes no fucking sense. And you have daughters too. Like this is literally like you're some fucking trafficker just standing next to your wife while she's bro, she don't talk, so we don't even know if this is her decision, bro. Like, you really look like someone who's trafficking off a girlfriend, your last girlfriend. Like I said, where the fuck is she? She was all over TMZ when you was with her, but after that, she suddenly disappeared. She's not on no walkway. She's not no music videos. She's not no movies. I thought she was an actress. She disappeared from existence. Like, did you send her off in a fucking Wayfair dresser? So, like I said, I mean, I personally don't think these two are going to be together in a couple years. So she might disappear too. Who the fuck knows? She don't say nothing. She don't talk. We don't know if she wanted to fucking undress herself in front of billions of people all across the world, and her parents are going to see. Does she have parents? Because I don't know. I just always see her quiet. That's all I see. I see her in these crazy, stupid fucking outfits, but I see her quiet all the time. Kanye West's last girlfriend, she used to actually talk to TMZ, but maybe that's the reason why she's gone now. Am I about to get taken by the mafia? Like, where is she? I'm really wondering, where is she, bruh? They had her bravery body platform. Oh, wait, no. She's been dressing naked for 2 years now. All of a sudden, it's a stunt. Every single bitch on the planet wished they could have her bravery body platform and access to money. Church. I get it now. I get it. It makes sense. All right, I get it. And a husband that supported their personal expression. There are a lot of things that had to converge for this moment to happen. He thinks it's a moment. Pimpin' since been pimpin'. Man, you're slick. And everybody told me that this dude's a genius. Man, if I see a photo of him at the Players Ball, it'll all make sense. So, look at these garments. Like, he really had all these people dressed up like this. Man, it just reminds me of why I had to show my hoodie off a second ago. Because I do not think highly of myself at all. Adidas Kanye West and Adidas end fight over decision to drop rapper over anti-Semitism. So like I said earlier, this isn't the first time. This article was written on Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. How many months ago was that? Because that's not that long ago. So Adidas chief executive says dispute with rapper belongs to the past and that the last of its Yeezy stock will be sold by the end of the year. It's about to get heavy. Let me play another beat. Adidas says it has reached an amicable agreement with rapper Kanye West to end all legal proceedings between them without any money being exchanged. The German sportswear giant has been locked in a dispute with the artist, who now goes by the name Ye. Since they cut ties in 2022 after allegations of anti-Semitism against him, there aren't any more open issues and there is no money going either way, the Adidas chief executive Bjorn Golden told reporters on a conference call on Tuesday without giving any details of the agreement. Nigga, of course not. bruh, like it's all been there, and people just like, this is America's denial. Like, I'm proving it right now. So this is not that long ago. Like I said, they're okay with his first anti-Semitism rant. And of course, it's been shown in the past that the company's owners are German, coincidentally. And this ties back to me saying that as an adult, when you come to LA and want to live this glamorous lifestyle, make sure you visit the Museum of Tolerance first before you really partake in that. Let's see if you're really built to live in LA. Let's see if you're really built for this Los Angeles culture that you believe is going to make you not homeless. So, and by the way, shout outs to the whole crew. If you haven't seen the movie Air, the story about the deal that brokered Michael Jordan and Nike, go watch that. This whole thing that I highlighted right here, there's a reason. I mean, there's a reason why everybody's always saying what they say about Adidas. So this also ties back to at the beginning of this when I said, again, this is the second time this shit has happened. There aren't any more open issues and there is no money going either way, blah, blah, blah. There were tensions on many issues, but both parties said we don't need to fight anymore. The drama with West belongs to the past, he added. Both parties said we don't need to fight anymore. Of course. When there's $1 billion in play or 500 million or whatever the fuck is in play, of course. Yeah, he did say that. That's a fact. Shout outs to I don't want to butcher it, but Kostra, shout outs to you, because that's true too. He did say F Virgil. He, like, man, I don't know if he said F Virgil again last night, but I know he said F Virgil in the past. But it's like, bruh, Virgil was on R.I.P. Virgil. Virgil was really on his shit. Like, and even after he's passed, a lot of moves that he made are legendary. Styles that are being imitated today, like it's crazy. And it's crazy too how Kanye is like burnt every bridge with everyone who's worked with him. He's kind of acting like 50 Cent right now, to be honest. Man, they gave him a Drink Champs interview and all that shit. They let him perform his album at a fucking stadium. Like, what? So the drama with West belongs to the past. When you have conflicts like this, you take provisions and you have legal opinions, and there are negotiations and there are settlements being done, and this is the end to it. They really thought this was the end to it. Man, no one owes anything to anybody anymore. Whatever was is history. Adidas, it seems like you might really be down with a cancellation. Yeah, man, yeah, them kids. I'm about to get into that in a sec too, because I'm like, damn, man, them kids was happy as hell when that Adidas deal was going through, and now they like, oh fuck. And like, I know there's plenty of people in LA still with these shits on. They not signing on to Twitter for the rest of the week. They just gonna pretend like they don't see this shit because they invested so much on his fucking garments that he has up here. Like, what the fuck is this shit? This reminds me of that book. What's that shit? The Giver. This reminds me of that book, The Giver, because it seems like some shit out of some crazy fucking book. Adidas and West launched a business deal in 2014 after the rapper ended his affiliation with Nike. I really wonder why Nike and him didn't go well. The partnership was one of the most successful sportswear tie-ups in history, and it was one of the most successful. This shit right here, he sold everybody used car tires that were melted and reshaped with a 3D printer. The partnership was one of the most successful sportswear tie-ups in history, and resulting Yeezy range went on to help make West a billionaire. Damn. But when West made a series of anti-Semitic comments on social media in October 2022, damn, that's not that long ago, Adidas announced it was ending the partnership. That was a lie. That was a fucking lie. Conspiracy uncovered. That was a lie. Luckily, I have my special guest, Mari, to the side of me. Mari, please step in with that card that I gave you earlier. I think he stepped out for a cigarette break, but he'll be back. But that was a lie. Oh my God. Adidas announced it was ending the partner. Where the fuck did they announce that? On X? Like, they announced that shit and deleted it the next day before they got any views. They was like, oh fuck. All right, we posted it, delete it. Like, that was a lie. Calling his remarks unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous. That's a fact, but y'all didn't believe that. That was a lie. Adding that it would not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. Holy shit, they really said that? Where? Because it seems to me like they fucking folded. These niggas folded like some fucking origami. These niggas fucking folded, bruh. How do I make that? What's that shit that we used to do with the little fucking... whatever that shit is with the numbers. Like, these niggas folded. Bruh, Adidas, you fucking folded. And that's the reason why when I saw Air, the movie I referred to earlier, and they made that reference, I didn't feel too bad. And there's a reason why that current fucking movie made that reference, because you niggas folded. Y'all folded. You said that you don't tolerate anti-Semitism, but here you are selling off the rest of the merch with this dude, and you're lying to the public about where the money's going. It's going into his fucking pocket because you don't give a fuck unless you're getting paid. West went on to repeat many of his claims in multiple interviews and later said his wealth crashed by $2 billion in a single day as a consequence as different companies dropped him. I think Gap was one of them if they didn't drop him before. Golden defended West a year later. I'm glad they put that, because he saying that the rapper's comments were very unfortunate because I don't think he meant what he said. You think what? You don't think he meant what he said, but he just said the same shit again yesterday on Dilla Day. On top of that, Jay Dilla's birthday is the day Kanye had his another fucking crash out, which is at this point, I don't know, once every 17 months. He had a good 17-month run. I mean, they put him on Drink Champs too. They gave him a whole stadium to perform his album at. He brought all these rappers out, brought Westside Gun, Conway up on that shit, got big Ty Dolla $ign on that bitch, got like numerous artists, and like the whole album was just a picture of darkness, which is all he could see all them years that he was wearing that fucking stocking on his face, trying to be MF Doom. Yeah, he's definitely tripping. That motherfucker thought he was MF Doom last year when he was wearing that fucking stocking all over his face and couldn't see shit for a whole year. And they let him in the studio with that and write his bars. He had the worst verses I've ever heard on Drillmatic, which is Game's last album. Man. That meant we lost that business. One of the most successful collabs in history. Very sad. He told the podcast in good company. But again, when you work with third parties, that could happen. It's part of the game. That can happen with an athlete. It can happen with an entertainer. It's part of the business. Wait, hold on. Who said that though? Was that rapper? I mean, was that a... Yeah, so Golden said that shit. Because that's what I remember him saying. I remember him saying all that. So I'm going to read that again. That meant we lost that business. One of the most successful collabs in history. Very sad. But again, when you work with third parties, that could happen. It's part of the game. That can happen with an athlete. It can happen with an entertainer. It's part of the business. So, I mean, he's right. That is something that can happen with any third party. But him saying that right then and there, it seems like he's trying to butter it up. Like as if it's, oh, well, if you look at it like this way, it's not so bad. This... I don't have X, so I don't see these tweets, but I do later see them after this shit happens and everyone's talking about the crash outs. Then I see them. So, yeah, like, I don't know if Golden read them shits, but in 2022, the shit he said, that shit was psycho. Ending the partnership in 2022 left Adidas with unwanted Yeezy stock worth some $1.2 billion, including shoes and other goods. That's what I remember, too. Adidas has been selling its huge inventory. Wait, hold on. Let's highlight that as well. Adidas has been selling its huge inventory of Yeezy products in batches and donating the proceeds to NGOs, including a foundation launched by the company itself in March to support discrimination initiatives. How much though? How much? Did all of it get put into there? Um, the remaining Yeezy stocks will be sold by the end of 2024, the company said. By the end of 2024, it just passed the end of 2024. Could could that be the reason for this freedom of crash outs? Because it seems like he's freely crashing out, telling people slavery was a choice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true too. Like Beyonce just got that country album of the year. Like things are looking good for her. I can't front. Like a lot of people be trying to tell me she's in the Illuminati. I'm not gonna speculate she is. Jay-Z, he's real quiet. I really don't know what he's doing, but she did well in her voice in The Lion King, um, which was one of the recent things she did. And then her album was cool. I can't remember if I heard the album before that, but yeah, yeah, I'm sure they privated all that stuff now. Like that, it's all over the internet. It's a mess. And the remaining Yeezy stocks will be sold by the end of 2024. Golden addressed the drama with West, and he presented the company's third quarter results, already made public earlier in October. Between July and September, Adidas sales totaled 6.4 billion, a 7% increase on the same period last year. Adidas said it had increased its financial guidance for the year to reflect the better than expected performance during the quarter and the current brand momentum. Golden said the company had managed to boost its sales with other lucrative shoe collections such as Samba, Gazelle, and Campus. Oh yeah. Campus. I recognize that one. I recognize the Gazelle because those are like old school Adidas that a lot of people used to use when running. Like you might have seen them like in the 70s, like people in those short basketball shorts, like playing basketball. Some people like running track would have the Adidas Gazelles on. But the cool thing is over the years, when Adidas started doing skateboarding shoes, they did turn a variation of the Campus into like a skateboarding shoe with a thicker sole, which I thought was dope. Um, so yeah, that's the end of that article. But I mean, like Adidas fucking folded. And the reason why I want to point this out, this was, like I said, October 29th, 2024. That wasn't that long ago. I'm sure tomorrow they're going to try to backtrack on all this shit. Adidas has to be the people to come out and say, oh, well, although he did this shit before and we still sold merchandise and made money off of it and all the funds are already gone and out of our hands, allegedly, there's nothing we can do about this, but we're gonna not do business with him in the future. Like I'm sure they told him or had him sign some shit like, all right, you can crash out, but after all the money gets moved to our offshore accounts, then you can crash out, Kanye. Just hold your crash out in your chest, in your stomach, because we know you have a lot of shit to crash out on for. Man, so this is pictures of his clueless fucking wife. And I'm not sure if she happens to have any Jewish friends or anyone in her role. Because to me, honestly, she looks like a sex doll. Just look at this. Like, who the fuck is that? Like, what? Like your husband's talking and you're like drifting off into space. This is a robot. This is not a person. And I'm sure he's bruh, like what? What? This is Google, by the way. If anyone sees any chest parts, it's Google that didn't censor it. But how is this a genius? This to me looks like a pimp or a fucking human trafficker. I wouldn't be surprised if Liam Neeson shows up at his house and beats his fucking ass. Bro, like this is not your wife. This is a doll that you bought overnight after you and your last girl broke up. Like, are you 100% sure that she's okay with doing this shit to the whole world? To her family that I'm sure is probably overseas somewhere? But I mean, if you're giving game to fucking Bugattis and shit, then I guess she's bought. Like this is definitely the time for women to stand up for themselves because we currently have a dictator as president who's trying to take away women's birthrights and fucking like what they can do with their body. But you're making a statement showing your body to everyone on the red carpet, like one small section of Hollywood. And let's go back to Amber Rose real quick. So this is the woman who almost ruined 21 Savage's whole entire career by having him pose with her at the slut walk. But if we go back over here, I think that this is really what she was trying to get at, because I believe that this is the definition of a slut walk. So in the end, I guess Kanye is up on Amber Rose by 1 point, I guess. I mean, none of them shot a 3, so he must be up by 1 point. But both of them are still down there. Man, this shit's crazy. So this is Kanye's ex-wife, by the way. So I can't show the pictures, but if you type in her first and last name, which is shown right here, I'm putting my mouse under it, and the word Playboy right after, you gonna see some shit. And it's stuff that us in California have already known about. Like, we've already seen that. And I can't front, she looked good. But this is someone that he bagged. He bagged this. This was the #1 woman in the world more than 10 years ago. He bagged this. Him. He bagged this. Now, let's go back to what he said earlier about his wife and the funds and the money and all that shit. The psychopath who lied to us that he was real hip hop, the one who isn't even fucking, he don't have no bridge with Talib Kweli no more. He made no appearances on the last Black Star album. I'm pretty sure that he was on the first one. I think, maybe. I don't remember any current songs with him and Pusha T. Although him and Drake had beef, I don't remember him having a verse on Story of Adidon. That would have been a perfect opportunity for you to get your rap cape back on and show hip-hop people that you're really still about this. But instead, wait, when was this? Hold on, let me find the date. Oh, September 4th, 2022. I think this was, this was when this was one of his crash outs. It's just one of them. Kanye West says pornography destroyed my family. How ironic that the thing that destroyed your family is literally what your whole entire family right now is living on. And when I say your family, I'm not talking about your kids anymore, because we don't even know if those kids are yours. You lied to us about your production. So your current family, which is you and your robot wife, are living off of this specific term that you're claiming destroyed your family. But before you took your wife from Reggie Bush, Ray J, Chris Humphries, the long fucking list of people that was already in that tunnel digging. They was in that tunnel digging, mining for fucking the same thing you was mining for. She was already on Playboy. She was already in that motherfucker. And you probably know this too. You probably have that damn magazine. God damn it, that special edition fucking coincidentally red, black, and green cover, which, if I remember correctly, red, black, and green is the colors of revolution, as said by Dead Prez, because they named one of their albums Red, Black, and Green. Real hip-hop geniuses. Grammy-winning recording artist and billionaire. And they always have to throw that word in there to remind us. Even Adidas had to throw that in there too. Billionaire. Fashion mogul. Fashion. Let's look back at his fucking fashion. Where is his fashion? Look at that shit. Like, what the fuck? Nigga, what the fuck? Fashion. And he's still wearing Balenciaga mouth guards in his photos and shit. Bruh, what? Like I said, this photo that you see above this with Jay-Z looking at him like, I'm never, ever, 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 ever performing on stage with this nigga again. Like, I'm just wondering what the conversation was. Like, him backstage, all he had to say was just one thing. Like, yeah, man, coochie is coochie, man. Like, whenever people say that shit always makes me think, like, because lots of times to real niggas that sets off a red flag of, this is somebody who just don't give a fuck. And lots of times that shit will have someone make that Jay-Z face that you see above this shit. Like, damn, man, this Like, this motherfucker's on stage with a skirt. This is the fashion mogul, they say. Fashion mogul. This nigga was wearing a skirt as if the shit was fashionable in hip hop. Like, as if this in the future was gonna be some shit that's they got Tyga in that same skirt. Fuck, I can't remember all the rappers that like this. This was an era, the skirt era. Like, they really had niggas wearing these fucking skirts, thinking that this shit was some high fashion that's gonna take off one day. Like, nigga, what? What fucking European keeps coming to these damn white parties to get you rappers, bruh? Like, damn, if only Academics didn't die last week. I wish he could have looked that shit up and did a video on that and figured that out for me, because I'm too lazy. But damn, I wish I could have known what fucking European showed up to all the white parties that all these rappers keep coming to and got these niggas thinking that this fucking skirt shit was gonna take off. Like, yeah, man. When I performed that song, niggas in Paris at this Watch the Throne tour, man, this shit's gonna be popping, nigga. I can't wait. Like, what? Are you out your fucking mind? Don't let Chris make you do Playboy like she made Kyle and Kim do, West wrote on Instagram, and what turned into a series of several posts, according to a report by Daily Caller. Oh yeah, by the way, this is taken from Breitbart, whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know if this is a website that stands by black people, but we'll find out. Don't let West wrote on Instagram, and what turned to be a series of several reports. West appeared to be calling out Kris Jenner for supporting and promoting her children's. Oh, I didn't know Kylie Jenner was in Playboy also. Huh. Like sister. Hollywood is a giant brothel, West continued. Pornography destroyed my family. I deal with the addiction Instagram promotes. It not gonna let it happen to Northie in Chicago. Oh, to see Kanye West care about a woman. Oh man, this is so heart-filling. He cares. Pornography destroyed my family. I deal with the addiction Instagram promotes. I think he meant to say, I'm not gonna let it happen to Northie in Chicago. Oh, he's being a father. Oh. In another post, the rapper also appeared to name former First Lady Hillary Clinton and Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, writing, "Hi Hillary, hi Mark, you gonna take me off Instagram?" I don't know what the fuck Hillary has to do with Instagram. I'm sure she's not even on that shit. My kids going to Donda. They not going to Sierra Canyon. Charlamagne the God and Chris, get your motherfucking popcorn. Man, that shit right there just reminded me about him trying to make a Donda school. Shout outs to Donda. I believe that it's the name of his mom, which is a very sad story. But I don't know, like, if you're gonna make a school and name it after a late relative, you gotta really try your best to follow through with that and get connected with the right people to put all the funding and everything in the right place. And you also can't be crashing out and bringing down the possible, I don't know, the possible limelight. And yeah, they probably were watching the Grammys looking for their dad. It's yeah, I don't think anyone could support him after this. Like, even before this, I couldn't support him. But like, my whole thing is that I'm trying to get across is like, how long is it gonna take for everyone else to realize that this shit, it's been coming? Like, it's been there. Like, it's gonna keep happening. Like, what he's diagnosed with is something that one of my sisters is diagnosed with, and she messed her whole life up so bad that she can't. She just. It's her life is done. We'll just say it like that. It's done. Like, she's inevitably going to die. Long story short. West continued appearing to reference a report disagreement he had with his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian. West continued appearing to reference a reported disagreement he had with his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, about her alleged wanting to send their children to Sierra Canyon School in California. No, we need to talk in person. You don't have to say so. Of where my kids go to school. Why you get say because you have white. West added in another post in which he shared a screenshot of a message he appeared to receive from his ex-wife asking him to stop. Anybody that says I'm spiraling when I express the undeniable truth is a sheep. STFU and worry about your own kids, the rapper proclaimed. So this is not what you were doing at the Grammys. I obviously am dealing with wars at the highest levels of control and discrimination based on the level that I'm operating at. That makes absolutely no fucking sense, because as I remember, you have a whole long list of artists that depended on you for production, and instead you married a Hollywood starlet to completely take yourself out of hip hop, only to show up for an interview now and then, and whenever you do record an album in their basement, because I'm sure your studio was in their basement for at least 1 year. You decided, oh, I'm going to show up to these radio stations, and instead of freestyling or performing a song on the up and coming album, I'm just going to go take a stroll down Sunset Boulevard. And coincidentally, people are going to get their cameras out and take photos of me, and we're going to have some stupid fucking outfit on, and it's going to completely distract the people from the fact that I'm a rapper. I'm supposedly a musician. But realistically, and it's been proven that if you listen to the song Stronger and you listen to Daft Punk's original song, I really didn't do anything. The whole song was already there in Daft Punk's song. And I obviously am dealing with wars at the highest levels of control and discrimination based on the level that I'm operating at. These imaginary wars of Adidas still moving and selling your fucking merchandise after you flip the fuck out and said so. And here's the thing, like, if you flipped out, that's one thing, but you didn't have to say what you said about Jewish people. That shit is completely separate. Like, that's crazy. I mean, you claim that you're crazy, but when I pull up the music videos, you don't seem crazy in those music videos. I know girls who sell coochie that don't agree with how my daughters are displayed. So everything that I said earlier when I showed the picture of him and his current wife are justified. I know girls who sell coochie that don't agree with how my daughters are displayed, which that's probably a lie, but he knows women that sell coochie. And that's probably what he's doing right now. Because where the fuck is his ex-girlfriend that was there before his current wife? That girlfriend with that white girl with the brunette hair who used to always be on TMZ. She'd always be on TMZ talking to them niggas, and then suddenly she fucking disappeared in the dust. Thanos didn't snap his fingers. That was the movie. But the way she disappeared is really... Like, someone find her. Like, someone please... Like, she's missing just like Tila Tequila. In his 10th post, West concluded his rant writing, I was driven crazy before. I'm not going crazy no more. It's not up to Calabasas or where my kids go to school, and I'm not the crazy one here. I won't stop until I have a say on my kids, no matter what it legally takes, he added, along with a caption which read, come and get me. I'm a man of God. The father's job is to be the bad guy sometimes. So Trevor Noah, come speak of my family so I can be the bad guy. Trevor Noah was like, I'm getting the fuck away from this shit. Caitlyn Jenner was like, I'm getting the fuck away from this shit too. Caitlyn Jenner ain't nowhere near none of this crazy shit. I think Caitlyn Jenner is hidden in a temple somewhere right now with a whole bunch of Chinese monks just in fucking like prophet, like meditation, like just like, yeah, I was able to tell that all this shit was gonna crash because I saw one thing at the dinner table that had me like, nope. He didn't like Wheaties. I tried to feed him Wheaties one morning. He didn't like it. I had to get the fuck out of there. Like, Caitlyn Jenner steered clear of all this shit, got the fuck away from all this crazy shit. And I'm so glad for her. Man. Yeah, this is... Kanye defends Sean Diddy Combs an anti-Semitic slur-ridden rant. Look at this dude. He's wearing a fucking latex hazmat suit as if he saw, like... maybe, I don't know, episode season 2, episode 3 of Breaking Bad, and was like, oh, you know what, man, this fashion shit is gonna take off when I get this hazmat suit, and I put a whole bunch of black tape on this bitch. This is gonna look fly as fuck. I can't wait till my girls see this shit. Kanye West defended Sean Diddy Combs and shared anti-Semitic comments in a slur-ridden rant praising Adolf Hitler on X on Thursday, February 6th. West, 47, said talking about anti-Semitic leaders should be normalized, and said in a since-deleted post that he's never apologizing for his hateful comments. West also wrote that Diddy, 55, who currently is in jail awaiting his trial for alleged federal sex crimes, and this is the guy that said pornography is destroying his family's life, who is currently in jail awaiting his trial for alleged federal sex crimes, should be freed from jail. Since he was indicted in September on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution, Diddy has pleaded not guilty. Diddy has been denied bail, and his trial is scheduled to begin in May. I want to take a second out to say R.I.P. Black Rob. Shout outs to Black Rob, one of the greatest artists to sign to Bad Boy in history. He's not talked about enough. He held it down on G-Dep's album, and shout outs to G-Dep for getting out not that long ago. And I'm glad as hell y'all all stayed the fuck away from all this drama and shit. I'm glad that they're not trying to tie none of Diddy's shits back to any of his artists. I'm glad as fuck to see Mace and Cam doing their shit, making their money. Like, I'm glad as fuck that none of them got put in this boat at all, or getting fucked over by any of this bullshit. But here Ye is trying to jump into the shit, jump into the fires. Oh man, his trial is scheduled to begin in May. Shit, it's really seeming like everybody that I rely on from NY is all in trial right now. ASAP Rocky's in trial. Diddy's about to be on trial. Casanova was on. I don't know what happened to Casanova. I don't know what happened to Bobby Shmurda. Joey Badass, we're relying on you, bruh. We're relying on you. We are relying on you. Please don't get caught up in no shit. Man, we relying on you. West also mentioned ex-owner Elon Musk's concerning one-arm salute at the inauguration, writing that the Tesla CEO stole his N swag, which something I can't say. Damn, that's crazy. So, a lot of people would try to say, oh, well, what about West Side Gun's albums? No, this is not the same shit. This is not the same shit. West Side Gun's albums have nothing to do. Those albums have nothing to do with the name of that person in the title. These are music projects that are completely separate from the statement that is the title. Just want to make that clear. The statement that is the title has nothing to do with the music project at all. It is a statement that happens to have the first name of a figure that did a lot of terrible things. But that statement is not some shit that this dude is with. Trust me, these are two different things. The inauguration, writing that Musk pushed back on the accusations at the time, writing West also called anti-Semitism just some BS that Jewish people made up. That's crazy. Elsewhere in his ex post, West defended his wife Bianca's naked body at the Grammys. We all know that because he's a trafficker. A pimp. West's rants come days after his announcing a new album titled Bully. Are you fucking kidding? This nigga here who's wearing the skirt at the way top of the screen is about to drop another fucking album? Do you really think you're about to drop an... Chat. If anyone is in chat, even in the future, if you watch this, please leave in the comments. Dude, are we about to listen to another Kanye West album? Because I like, what is he gonna say that's gonna enlighten us? What is he gonna do? 100 bars? Is this shit like, even if this nigga dropped an Illmatic level album for 2025 or 2026, I'm done. Like, I'm I'm done. I'm tapped out. I've been tapped out. I've been tapped out. Like, if he goes home to his own studio and pulls up whatever MPC that he made the beat for Dreams on and maybe listens to it again and gets inspired, even then I can't listen to it. Like 10 years ago, that would have been fly. But now, nah, I'm good. Trust me, I'm good. I'm good. He also shocked many by appearing on the red carpet ahead of 2025 Grammys with Sensory. Oh, she's 30 years old. That's why she's fucking stupid. Damn, that makes sense. Oh, shit. This nigga just picked up some random 30-year-old off of Sunset Boulevard when him and his ex broke up. Damn, that's a good rebound. I can't front. She good for a rebound then, but she, to me, still looks like a fucking robot who wore a sheer, nearly nude mini dress. That wasn't even a mini dress. You're tripping. West was nominated by the Recording Academy in the Best Rap Song category for Carnival from his Vultures 1 album. Damn, that's crazy. I'm so out of touch, even though I've been reviewing albums all last year. I didn't even know that they dropped Vultures. I remember hearing about it, but I didn't know that it dropped. I thought it was something that was being worked on, and I thought that I thought it was finished, and I thought they were trying to figure out the best time to release it, but I had no idea it released. I don't know anybody who told me that shit was fire. And I know Ty Dolla $ign was on it, and I believe that it probably is fire because of that, but I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm sorry. He ultimately walked the red carpet, posed for pictures, and then left. Despite online chatter, people confirm they were not kicked out of the event. He ultimately walked the red carpet, posed for pictures, and then left. Despite online chatter, People magazine, by the way, this is like one of the number one magazines that's at every grocery store when you go in. Confirmed they were not kicked out from the event. What? I must be tripping. Hold up. He ultimately walked the red carpet, posed for pictures, and then left. Despite online chatter, People confirmed they were not kicked out from the event. And then later in the article, they talk about hate speech in 2022, which we already talked about. But just look at this picture of this man. Look at this picture. This is supposed to be a fashion mogul, a genius, an entrepreneur, as they say. I don't even know what the fuck them words mean anymore, because I see someone who is just completely fucking lost. Like, this right here is not the same Kanye that made this shit. I'd be kinda hard to love a girl like me. I don't blame you much for wanting to be free. I just wanted you to know. Swiss only let the beat rock. For all my Southside niggas that know me best, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous. Goddamn. I made that bitch famous. For all the girls that got dick from Kanye West, if you see him in the streets, give him Kanye's best. Why? I know that wasn't supposed to be Ray J. Yeah, they zoomed past Ray J real quick. That was supposed to be a fake Ray J doll. I don't even know if that's the real her, even though that was his wife at the time. I don't even know if he used her in the video. She'd be crazy to be okay with this shit. From Kanye West, if you see him in the streets. Who the fuck is that supposed to be? Who the fuck is that supposed to be? Man. Let's see what Ray J got to say about this. So this is from 2016. That's a familiar. Damn, that's a really familiar face. That looks like. Oh shit, that looks like Games Manager. That's Whack 100. Oh shit. So in 2016, after the famous music video drop, which is the song I just played, TMZ caught up with Ray J and Whack 100 asked Ray J questions about how he felt being featured in that music video. Ray J, being the gentleman he is, stayed quiet on the situation. But let's see what Whack had to say. If they didn't show Ray J with his dick in Kim Kardashian's mouth, then tell Kanye to go back and reshoot that shit. Tell that nigga he's a long way from Chicago. He'd better watch his motherfucking mouth. Well, I clearly remember that because I remember seeing the video of him saying that. If they didn't show Ray J with his dick in Kim Kardashian's mouth, then tell Kanye to go back and reshoot that shit. Tell that nigga he's a long way from Chicago. He'd better watch his motherfucking mouth. Whack 100 on meeting with Kanye after saying he had 2 other sex tapes. Whack 100 and Destiny have an explosive debate about Kanye. Kanye West reportedly called Whack 100 about alleged an interview with Whack 100. Kanye game and Whack 100 engages a beef with Amber Rose. References like, bro, what? Like, is this you? Is this you? Huh? Is one of these Maybachs for you? Is that why? When was this? 19 hours ago? Ye gave the game 2 Maybachs. I've never been inside a Maybach. I don't even know what the fuck it looks like. I don't give a fuck about them. Money can't buy me. I'm not into labels that are put on manufactured pieces of scrap metal from a different country. That shit has no value to me. Neither do no fucking jewels. Neither do no fucking chains. None of that shit holds value to me at all. A nigga can't buy me or my services with a fucking car. And I'm not saying that's what happened here. I'm not saying that's what happened. It's looking weird. I'm gonna say that in these YouTube streets, it's looking weird. So I talk my shit. Let's go to some music. So this is the man who made Jesus Walks, but this song is more than 3 years old. This came out years back, but they just put this up on YouTube 3 years ago. This is a song called Piss on Your Grave. Official video featuring Kanye West.
I use your face as a urinal, then do the same at your funeral. Piss in your grave, 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 piss in your grave. This one here for the executives. Fuck you and all of your relatives. Piss in your grave, piss in your grave, piss in your grave, piss in your grave, piss in your grave. Nigga behave, nigga behave, nigga behave. Us niggas, we can't behave. We mobbed on the pave. Got treated like slaves. Young niggas treated like slaves. This the moment I've been waiting for. This why I moved to Cali. Stepped outside and got shaded for.
Nigga moved to Cali. This is the moment he waited for. Everyone moved to fucking Cali. Like literally everybody is in Cali. So no matter what fucking state these rappers say they from and what block they from and what section they from, they gonna die for the home. All them niggas moved to fucking Cali, bro. Like whatever hood you're from, cool. But you're gonna move to Cali. And all you up and coming rappers too, just know there's a specific section where all of you are gonna move to in Cali. Trust me. Your fucking manager is gonna buy you some condo out here. So that's why I say, make sure that when you come out here, you go to the Museum of Tolerance before you go to In-N-Out Burger. Museum of Tolerance. This shit right here, Travis Scott killed this, but what the fuck was Kanye doing? What the fuck is this nigga doing? Bruh, when I'm that age, I'm not gonna be with artists this young with this whole fucking age gap shit. Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
You know, in the old days, they couldn't say the shit they wanted to say. They had the fake orgasms and shit. We can tell niggas today, hey, I wanna come, motherfucker.
So let me just remind you, this is, I can't even remember how old this nigga is or was at this time, but this is the intro to a song that he's doing with someone who is probably more than 10 years younger than him. And hip hop, you know, the infinite form of music that the subjects and topics that you could talk about are literally infinite. You know, the form of music where even the production itself is infinite and you can use any instrument or sound to make the shit. You know, that thing, this is what they made.
Such a fucking hoe, I love it. You're such a fucking hoe, I love it. You're such a fucking hoe, I love it. Your boyfriend is a dork, make loving. I just pulled up in the ghost, fucked that bitch up out in London. Then I fucked up on a cousin or her sister out.
Let me tell you something. If I'm ever signed to a record label and you niggas try to talk me into some shit like this, I'm gonna shoot that whole fucking place up. Straight up.
No, nothing. And my niggas getting ignorant like a lighter, bitch, we ignorant. All this water on my neck look like I fell when I went fishing. So much diamonds on my bust now.
Look at the niggas as they read their bars off a teleprompter. Man, this is crazy. What happened to Lil Pump though? I ain't seen that nigga in a fucking minute. I wonder if he's sobered up. I heard that he's sobered up.
Smoke, perp, sipping, train. Fuck, she take lines. You're such a fucking hoe.
Damn, that's crazy. That shit that he just said and this nigga sobered up. Damn, it really seemed like he was so sure that this lifestyle he was living was the shit. But shout outs to him for sobering up.
I love it. You're such a
Oh, that shit always cracks me up. Just
such
like,
a fucking hoe. I love it.
man, this Bill Cosby looking motherfucker here. So, like I said earlier, this form of music that, as we all know, is infinite, where the production can be made with literally any instrument in the world. The lyrics, topics, messages, conversation can literally touch on anything in the world, and this is the shit that they decided to make. This is the best they could fucking do. This is some shit where a lot of money was put into. A lot of money was put into the music video, the song itself, the production. To get Kanye on the shit, it cost money. These record labels put money towards this shit here. A lot of money.
You're such a fucking hoe. I love it.
You're such a fucking hoe. When the first time they asked you, you want sparkling or still? Are you trying to act like you was drinking
This
sparkling
nigga
water
can't
before you
even
came out here?
This nigga can't even fucking rap, bruh. These are if they would have got Nas on the track, he would have started his verse with bars. Kanye's just talking. This nigga's just talking.
You're such a fucking, I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck. I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck.
So I just want to say, just right off the bat, so those last 4 lines all ended with the same word, and we all know what word that was, which is the F word. I'm not gonna say it right now because I say it all the time, but the 4 lines that he started with all end with the same word. So I'm gonna describe to you what a genius is, because I'm always told that this man right here is a genius. A genius is Leonardo da Vinci, who went to the top of a fucking cathedral and painted a fucking infinite fucking painting with multiple colors with a small ass paintbrush back in fucking before the iPhone was made. God damn it. This nigga went up in the ceiling and painted a whole shit and then made all types of shit after that, like sculpted sculptures and shit. But this right here is what today's standard of a genius is.
I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck. I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck. The fucking, I'm a sick fuck, I like a wow before you came out here.
Damn, they say fuck so many
You're
times.
such a fucking, I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck. Came out here. You're such a fucking, I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck. I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck. I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck, quick fuck. I'm a sick. You're such a fucking, I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck.
This is the
I'm a
best.
sick
This is
fuck,
the
I like
best
a
they got
quick
on this
fuck.
little pump
I'm a
shit.
sick fuck, I like a quick fuck. I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck. I'm a sick fuck, I like a quick fuck. I like my dick suck. I buy you a sick truck. I buy you some new tits. I get you that nip tuck. How you start a family, the condom slipped up. I'm a sick fuck.
They tried to tell me he was a genius, bruh. They tried to tell me this was a genius at work. They all piled up in the studio with this nigga and got him built up to where this nigga cussed out. This nigga cussed out, what's that other nigga from Chicago whose names I can't remember right now? Chance the Rapper. This nigga cussed out Chance the Rapper in front of all these motherfuckers in the studio and yelled at him and shit. Because they all put this nigga on a pedestal and had him thinking he was the top one. This nigga's a producer, a MC, a singer. Michael Jackson liked one of his songs, and here we go. This nigga made a whole 808s and Heartbreaks album because he got inspired by, like, them niggas really took this anti-Semitic piece of shit and put him in front of Michael Jackson long enough to where he could play a song for Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson liked one of his songs where he sang, and that was enough to get him to think that he is a singer himself. And he dropped a whole album and got a fucking mullet for the shit and called it 808s and Heartbreaks. And everyone in the fucking world was bopping to this shit, telling me it is dope. Niggas try to tell me that I need to review Dark Twisted Fantasy because it's a classic. It's one of the best hip-hop albums ever. The shit sells on vinyl, this and that. Man, that shit sound crazy to me. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why right here. So, I have a thing in my Discord. If anyone is on my Discord, there's a West Side Gun album, Pray for Paris, exclusive limited edition tricolor French flag variant colored vinyl LP. Only 200 copies were pressed worldwide. When I stumbled upon this on Amazon, let's take a guess at how much it was selling for. I'll give you about 5 seconds. So this was selling on Amazon for $2,849. Let me repeat that. A single copy of West Side Gun's Pray for Paris, exclusive limited edition tricolor vinyl, selling for almost 3 racks on Amazon just from one seller. That right there is fucking crazy. So like I said, if you have my Discord, if you don't have my Discord, go to the Twitch link, and it's on my Twitch, but it's in there. I be putting prices of crazy selling albums in there. But let's go back to this Kanye and Lil Pump Bop.
I'm inappropriate. I like hearing stories. I like that whole shit. I wanna hear more shit. I like the whole shit. Send me some more shit, you trifling hoe, bitch. You're such a fucking hoe.
Oh, man. So the whole point I'm trying to make is this nigga's not just not a genius. This is coincidentally the worst rapper I've ever heard. Straight up. And he always has been after his first album, which there's even production credits to other fucking producers on the album, but no one wants to talk about that. And I'm not going to name them, but that's something that no one wants to talk about. So this genius right here really thought that this shit right here was gonna take off. And we're not talking about Migos right now. This nigga was in a fucking skirt on stage with Jay-Z trying to tell us that this was some next level fashion. And this is the thing about niggas that be going to Europe for that fashion shit. You spend as much money as you want on them exclusives and all that shit, but not everything out there is popping. Not everything out there is popping. You gotta have an eye and an ear to what's really popping and what isn't, because they gonna try to fucking, what we call it out here, scams, but out there I swear they be getting y'all on these fucking skirts. I don't know how much Ye paid for this fucking skirt, but this nigga Jay-Z don't record with him no more. Man, they done sold this nigga so much fucking. Oh, coincidentally, that's his brother. That's what's that guy? We were talking about him earlier. The guy who makes combs. He got 2 chains on. Damn, that's a diss. Yeah. So these are the dudes who are all together, just trying to. Damn, Rocky. Oh, yeah. I figured I had to go live on it real quick, but damn, Rocky, like, man, They even got him in the shoes too. They sold him the fucking European clogs and was like, bruh, just throw this shit on. Don't worry. Don't worry, man. Your future will be fantastic. When they see you in this European shit, you don't ever have to worry about going to trial or going to jail possibly for any incident that might happen in the future. They're going to see this photo and accept you as one of them. I don't know. This nigga was dating Pete Davidson. When did that start happening? Oh, shit. They got Snoop in one, too. But actually, no, this is different. I think he was out in Ireland. Yeah, but this is what happened. This is how they get y'all. Them European fashionistas. Them motherfuckers. This is when he thought he was MF Doom. He was like, yo, you know what? You know what? Fuck that shit. That nigga Pete Davidson. I'm gonna move across the street and I'm just gonna wear I'm gonna wear a mask over my face and I'm just gonna hide in their bushes. She won't be able to tell. Nigga, she can't see shit. All them paparazzi cameras is flashing. They ain't gonna see me. I'm just gonna be in the back. Kilts are Scottish. Yep. That's what I said. Yeah, this shit is a mess. That motherfucker. And like, here's the thing. Like, if you're there's nothing wrong with wearing a kilt. Like, there's realistically, there's plenty of artists who went out to Scotland and wore a kilt to perform on stage, or even like happened to get serenaded by people playing bagpipes and kilts, and then the artists who arrive would have a kilt on too. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're back on American soil and you're performing with Jay-Z and you're wearing a fucking kilt that's made of leather, as if this is some future hip hop shit, that's a crash out right there. Like, that, to me, that's a crash out. That's a fucking crash out. This nigga really thought he was flying them fucking Yeezy Nikes and got himself thinking this is the best rapper ever. Man. Ugh. This is cray. I don't know why this whole thing at the bottom of the screen is here, and why there isn't a fucking why there isn't a thing that lets me X out of it. It kind of seems like corporate America. It's a great example. So if anyone's overseas watching this shit, this right here, this is an example of America. This whole border right here that's trying to get me to spend money just to look at an article. That's how broke and poor our fucking country is. People thought we were superpower. This nigga right here in this picture, he ran for president out here. A lot of people forgot that. So this dude with this anti-Semitic shit that everyone keeps putting on a fucking platform. What up, Driz? This dude with this anti-Semitic shit that people keep putting on his fucking platform, dancing in this fucking kilt on stage in front of all these American people. This crazy motherfucker was almost president. Think about it. The whole world talking shit about Kamala. This nigga was almost president at a time. He could have been, I shouldn't be saying almost. He could have been president, nigga. He ran for fucking president. And thank God people are smart enough not to vote for him, but dumb enough to vote for Elon Musk. Man, Elon Musk got all our social security numbers right now, just going through all them shits like, Damn, that's this nigga Kanye. And they try to tell me he was a genius. So we're going to take some time. Hold on, let me turn on my light real quick. So earlier I mentioned his him putting his wife in these dumbass outfits, because realistically, and people haven't realized yet, but this is what a trafficker looks like. And while I do this, I'm going to play some music that's not copywritten, and it's not some shit that needs a sample clearance. It's something that someone took time to, I don't know, produce. Let the slideshow begin. So this is apparently Kanye telling his wife, hey, this is a good idea. Let's let's dress like a character from Silent Hill. You could just sit off on the side, and I'll wear this police shirt with my ass out and some shoulder pads. That's fashion. This is him telling her, oh yeah, girl, just throw in that condom. We gonna have a night out. Just throw in the condom. Nah, don't worry. Paparazzi ain't gonna be there. I didn't call him. This nigga's got a serial killer mask on. A fucking serial killer mask. And everyone's so surprised this nigga says some anti-Semitic shit. If this ain't a fucking crash out right here, nigga. He even got his daughter in the shit. The daughter is confused as fuck with the robot wife. Like, look at her face. There's no emotion in her face. If someone crashed and blew the fuck up in front of her, this is what her face would look like. I've never, ever, 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 ever seen a video of her talking or saying anything. They took a goldfish and used stem cell research to remove its brain and put it into an android. And they're testing it out right now. Tesla made this. This is right after they did whatever substance they bought on the streets of Sunset Boulevard. This is him parading around. She's holding a pillow. He's not wearing shoes. He clearly doesn't know what weather it is because he's been in the dark so long. They had him produce the soundtrack for the Ray Charles movie because he himself can't see clearly. This is them leaving the Black Panther meeting. This is him having second thoughts on this whole ordeal. He's thinking to himself like, damn man, I really got this bitch out here looking like a character from Silent Hill. Fuck, I shouldn't have did this shit, damn. And I called TMZ, I know them niggas around here somewhere about to take photos of this shit. What the fuck is she wearing? None of us know. Like, oh man, let's see if they got this shit bigger. Start your trial now. They can't even let me click the fucking thing. Oh shit. So for anyone that's overseas watching this, let me state it again. This is how broke our country is. They want me to pay $4 a month just to look at this picture that's in this article, not knowing that I'm about to X out this shit and I can use my computer to take a photo of this shit myself and resize it and just sell it to whoever the fuck needs this picture of this stupid ass shit. What the fuck are they protecting? Are they really trying to sell me a subscription for $4 a month just to look at this bullshit? This is how broke and poor our country is. It's not a fucking superpower. It's all a lie. The shit is crumbling before us because people didn't believe me when I told them our country was a piece of shit. These are news publications that are struggling to get $4 out of every single fucking person who visits their website because they know that no one is subscribed to newspapers. No one's subscribed to their newspaper app. No one gives a fuck. They just want to see this picture and you're trying to make pennies off this shit because you're a broke ass news publication that no one's ever heard of. The Cut. This ain't the Cut of shit. This nigga's not cut. This bitch probably got cuts all over her fucking body, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised. Man, that shit is tragic. So this nigga then took her to another random party in Hollywood and told her, oh yeah, just hold the dog. I'm really thinking that Adidas deal must have really fucked them over because it's apparent that they can't afford clothes. Like, where's Forbes at? Like, whatever amount of money they say they're worth, I don't know if that's true. Like, is this dog okay? Where's John Wick? Where's John Wick? What is John Wick would clap both of them for holding this dog like this. We don't even know if this dog's alive. Like, she's got fur all over her feet and a dead dog against her titties. Like, and this nigga's confused as fuck. Like, damn, man, I hope Valet don't see that. Man, I got this bitch out here looking like this. Fuck, I hope these niggas don't look at her ass. damn, if these niggas run my credit card and this shit declines, they're gonna realize that I couldn't afford an outfit for my wife that I supposedly care so much about. Then this nigga was like, nah, you know what? I just played this game yesterday called Resident Evil 4. I got this DLC called Separate Ways, and in the beginning, one of the characters sneaks into a prison cell to break someone out, but she's wearing a fucking robe. Let's try that shit, bitch, and we can role play afterwards. But bitch, let's try to throw this sheet, this curtain off the wall. Throw this shit on, bitch. Just make that shit look sexy. All right, let's step out. Damn, I hope TMZ don't see me. I just called them niggas a minute ago. Shit, I hope they late today. Of course, they snapped the photo of this goofy ass nigga. And that's the thing. This is the reason why he's not in Chicago. Because in Chicago, there is no paparazzi to take these goofy, wild ass photos. They don't give a fuck out there. They don't have there is no TMZ in Chicago. It's just only out here in LA. That's the reason why all these fucking celebrities come out here to crash out and go the fuck back to where they're at. Except Rocky. But anyways, shit, man, this is crazy. This nigga was trying to do a salt and pepper look. She thought she was meeting Michael Jordan's son, but she didn't realize that was Kanye under that whatever the fuck that is. Is this Ryu Hayabusa? That's probably not even his wife. That's probably some bitch that just was like, oh, okay, I can be in the fashion shit too. Fucking just sit next to this random fucking stranger. This nigga back here look like he look like he ready for whatever action is about to come his way. Man, this is crazy. What the fuck is this? What? I don't want to click. I'm real curious, but I don't want to click this link because I have a feeling it might be a virus. But what the fuck is this? I'd hit. But anyways, look at her confused fucking face. Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Man, I'm gonna keep it 100. Seeing all this shit makes me really want to go back to college and finish up my fucking terms and get all my credits. I do not want to be a college dropout. I don't know why the fuck I co-signed with that shit years back, but nigga, I am scared right now. Cause if these niggas can run for fucking president in America, we're doomed. Nigga, we are doomed. We are fucking doomed. Oh my God, I'm about to throw up. Oh shit, I feel it coming. I feel like I'm about to fucking throw up. Oh my God. Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this here? Like, and here's the thing, like, for those that don't know, we do have some wild weather out here, but what the fuck is this? This is flammable. Like if someone's smoking a cigarette and just one little ash hits this outfit, oh no, this nigga better have a fire extinguisher nearby. Man, that shit might turn him on, to be honest. I might give him some roleplay ideas. Maybe he shouldn't spray her with the fire extinguisher. So he had her get naked on the red carpet so that she could be the #1 searched woman in the world. But when people search her and see this, they're going to realize that she's literally just a normal Sunset Boulevard chick, which maybe where Kanye's from, maybe this is a 10. Maybe this is where he's at. Maybe this is considered a baddie. That makes more sense. Maybe this is considered a baddie. But how could a man have all this power? This motherfucker really stood on the red carpet, looking this girl in her eyes like, damn, man, you know what? Man, this Wayfair dresser better come tomorrow because I need to ship her off and trade up for a new one within a couple days. When the new one gets here, I can't have these two meet because the new one might grab her microchip out and reprogram her, and she might seize out like that nigga on Alien Romulus. Because at any moment, her wiring might go wrong and she might wake the fuck up. But, I mean, the more she looks like this shit right here, I don't think that's going to happen. Like, I've never seen her talk. I don't know what it's like to hear her voice. I don't know if she has one. I really think that she's a robot that's programmed. Like, look at her smiling. I've never seen that before either. Because that shit looks a lot different from this smile. This smile looks like, oh, okay, I really saw the real him. I'm fucking scared. But let me take this photo, though, because I do look good. Like, no, bitch. Like, what the fuck is it? Like, this looks like someone who's in control. And this looks like a fucking hostage. Like, this looks like she's trying to wink out to the SWAT team what wires to cut. Because this shit is fucking crazy, bruh. Like, damn, black people must really be moving up in the world when you can, like, legally. This nigga got a mask on. He's like, man, yeah, when I make the drop off, yeah, don't worry, it's her. She's wearing all black. You can't miss her. You can't miss her. Man, this is the artist formerly known as Ye. The dude who used to push all that black power shit, but then told us slavery is a choice. With a bag over his head, little bitch ass nigga. Man. Oh, man. If MF Doom could see this shit. Like, this nigga's trying to be a fucking villain. Like, he ain't seen the last season of Invincible. Like, oh, man, yeah. You know what? They let me perform my album at a stadium. Damn, nigga, I got so much power. Let me put this mask on. The real Slim Shady? Nah, fuck that shit. I'm the real Slim Shady, nigga. I ain't rapped in 10 years, and these niggas made my shit go triple platinum. Yeah, I heard Jay-Z about to drop an album next week. Watch, bet. I'll drop some shit right after this nigga. Him and 50 Cent worked that whole thing out. When back in the day on that radio, when they had that whole who's gonna sell more, they worked that shit out. Both them niggas benefited from it, as you can tell now. He's like, yeah, throw that washcloth on top of your head. That shit looks sexy, girl. Yeah, let's go out here. I'll cry at the club. I'll cry at the club, and you could just look like a fucking watered down Cleopatra. Now, this used to be her. Oh, before. Yeah, this used to be her. Damn, see, that right there, she looked bad. I can't front. But this shit right here, let's compare. This right here, fire. But this right here, now, if you guys don't recognize that face, this is the woman who, I'm not going to say slept, because the 1,000 men that visited her only spent 50 seconds each with her, apparently, allegedly. But these are the people who have something to say about a father of daughters who is supporting P. Diddy, the guy who was seen beating on his girlfriend in the top floor of a Beverly Hills hotel, who didn't release any footage around the time the event happened, which I think is kind of crazy. It was actually some third-party person or victim who released the footage about maybe, like 15 years after it happened? So this is literally the type of person, and you might not recognize her because her face is not covered in Oreo. She's someone who had something to say about that. This is the type of person that this rap mogul slash fashionista slash whatever the fuck people want to call him, this is the audience that he attracts. A guy who used to have bridges musically with Jill Scott, Rihanna, every rapper in the game, every singer in the game, even artists who are up and coming, who just now blew up, were most likely inspired by this guy. This is literally someone who probably could have flew out to Florida and swooped Doechii up to make music 10 years before her classic album, which won a Grammy the same night that this nigga showed up with his robot naked. So, Yeah, it's a wild time that we live in. It's a wild time. And as you can tell, that's the sound of gremlins barking in my background to completely ruin this whole video. So, I don't know. Does anyone think that this person is going to get canceled? Are people going to stop telling me that this is a hip hop genius? Are we going to see any changes in what media reports and who they report it on? I don't know. Is X ever going to go down? Or is that going to be a platform that our president reports every fucking move and decision he makes on for the next 4 years? It's literally just history repeating itself, but people are trying to make passes and make it okay, normalize it. I don't know. I don't know how many times this person needs to do the same thing over and over and over for people to get it, because this is literally the second time that this person has gone on a fucking anti-Semitic rant. Even me talking about this shit on YouTube, they might take my video down tomorrow. So, I mean, shout outs to anyone who does watch this in full and sees how good I am at reporting on news, which is not a new skill. Shout outs to y'all, but at the same time, the question remains, is he gonna get canceled, or is this shit gonna keep going on? Because there's a difference between mental illness and hate speech, but somehow through money and power, people are able to blend the two as if it's excusable because of, so let's say someone's in a high position of power, they're successful, they spew hate speech, but they coincidentally happen to have mental illness that they've been diagnosed with and given proper medication for, but they decide not to take it. And every couple months or years, there's episodes, but it's the same episode over and over. Is that worthy of a cancellation? Does this person really need all the money that the fucking world keeps giving him? Even if you have answers to these, ask yourself the same exact things for our current president. Because to me, I literally see the same person. I see a cabinet of people who are not politicians and have no political background, who would always ask for President Obama to bring forth his birth certificate. But right now, currently, as people who should be showing us their birth certificate are currently in the White House, blocking people who work in government agencies from getting inside these buildings. Someone who makes fucking Teslas is in the office right now with all our social security information, allegedly. I don't know how the fuck that happens, because I remember when, before we had a black president, that every single fucking step that they had to make had to be documented and reported and commented on through news media. Everyone had to say something about everything he would. I don't remember him having any presidential freedoms. I mean, we're seeing presidential freedom right now. I don't remember any presidents previously, especially not our black president, ever having any presidential freedom. I remember our black president having to go and do speeches at different cities after a mass shooting happened. I remember him taking time out of his day to go and give speeches. I remember because I had to read one of those speeches as an assignment in college and write on it. So yeah, right now we're in a different time. We're at a time of, we got to ask ourselves, what is cancellation? Who gets canceled? Are they worthy of a cancel? What's going to happen with our future economically? I don't know, our future as far as rights go. Is this fashionable for someone to be parading their wife around the Grammys like a human trafficker? Like, when does it all stop? Like, when do we get back to the music? Like, when do we replace this dude? Like, we need to replace this man out of hip hop. Like, we need to literally just treat him like a light-skinned black man.